I want to know about your social life. During your time here, how was your experience making friends? Was it easy? Was it hard? Or were there any barriers in trying to approach the local?
Like making friends in here, it's, I think, not really hard, because I already said, the people are so welcoming. Like they really want to talk to you, they want to know about you, they want to make friends with you.
Halo Sobat Iden, kali ini kita kembali pada segmen Identitas Dialog. Dan pada kesempatan kali ini kita ditemani oleh seorang tamu spesial yang datang jauh dari Pakistan. Beliau adalah seorang international student yang akan berbincang pada hari ini bersama Sobat Iden. How are you, Tashfeen?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. And beliau, a little bit of introduction, sedikit perkenalan terkait Tashfeen. Beliau nama lengkapnya adalah Tashfeen Amir dan jurusannya adalah kedokteran angkatan 2021 berasal dari Punjab, Pakistan. So yeah, we're going to do this in English, okay?
Yeah.
You ready? Oh, how good is your Indonesian, by the way?
I can speak little bit, sedikit.
Okay, it's okay. So today we're going to talk about your experience so far in Indonesia, especially in Unhas, because I'm sure that there's a lot of students out there who's curious about the life of an international student in Indonesia, or especially in Unhas. So Tashfeen, probably you could tell a story about yourself, or tell us about your background. How did you grow up, and what hooked you to become a medical student?
Okay, first of all, I live in Punjab, Pakistan, in a really remote village. I mean, it's not really close to any city. It's just like in the middle of Pakistan. So I grew up there, and my father was a doctor, homeopathic doctor, and aesthetic doctor also. And my mother is like a health activist. All right. So I just grew up with my 3 brothers and sisters. I'm the first one. And then for my high school, I moved to city. I like people from outside, from far away villages, moved to Makassar. Same. I moved to Multan, and there I studied my high school, SMP. Yeah. Then after that, I developed this, that I want to be a medical doctor. So I took exam, I applied for Unhas, so I got accepted.
So, okay, so how did you end up studying in Indonesia?
Indonesia actually kind of attracted me the most in terms of medicine, because I was looking for a country where I can practice the most. So if I go to Europe, the quality of doctors, I think in terms of practice is not really great. In terms of material, in terms of education, of course, they are a little bit ahead. But in terms of practice, Indonesia, Pakistan, India, you can do really good practice in these countries, because there are a lot of patients. That's why I tried in Indonesia.
So what program did you apply for that allows you to come studying in Unhas?
So I actually saw a post from the Indonesian embassy in Pakistan that they were offering scholarships under KNB. KNB is the subsidiary of LPDP. So then I prepared my documents. Like, it's really hard to get documents. You get to prepare medical certificate, police certificate, this. Then I sent those documents to embassy of Indonesia in Pakistan, and then they recommended me to LPDP. So then under LPDP, because they were not offering medicine scholarships, they were just covering for 4 years. And they said like you have to continue by yourself if you want to apply for medicine. Like you have to pay for the next 2 years in medicine. So we happen to be like our documents happen to be in the hands of Unhas because I chose Erlanga and Unhas, and then we took interviews, and Alhamdulillah I got accepted after all this strict process.
That sounds amazing. So coming all the way from Pakistan, I'm not sure that you spent a lot of time before coming here reading or actually researching about Indonesia. So before coming here, if you could remember, what is your initial thoughts when you hear about Indonesia, and does that match your first impression when you came here?
Actually, I mean, every time I hear Indonesia on news, the news was like, oh, there is tsunami in Indonesia. There is like eruption, volcanic eruption in Indonesia, like these kind of news. And I mean, mostly these kind of news. But when I was preparing for the interviews and exam for Indonesia, I started digging up, oh, what's Indonesia? Then I knew it's really, really amazing country. Like there are lots of islands, like 18,000 islands. And these things were like totally amazing. And then I checked like what is the HDI, Human Development Index of Indonesia, how they are doing well. And then I came to know that they are doing very well in terms of development, like 6% growth. So these kind of things attracted me. So when I came to Jakarta, I stayed some days there. It kind of impressed me. Then the behavior of the people was like a lot better than any other countries I have been ever to.
Really?
Yeah, amazing, really amazing. Like people were really, really helpful.
Yeah. So that's your first impression when you came here.
Yeah.
Does that change over time since you've been here for like 3 years now, 4 years?
I have been here for more than 2 years in Indonesia.
Okay. Does the impression change when you first initially came here till now?
In terms of like helping people? Yeah, helpful people. No, it didn't change. The people of Indonesia are still so amazing for me, and they are actually it improved.
It got better.
It got improved.
Okay. So when you came here, do you receive any support from the university or local community to help you settle in, to adapt in the new environment?
Actually, I think Unhas itself is new to accepting international students. So when we came, there was not a really good system of accepting and accommodating students within the, like, seeping them deep into the community. So it was like difficult, but I think Unhas is getting experience in terms of handling international students. So yeah, we got kind of little bit support. I mean, if we don't get that, it would be really, really hard.
What are the difficulties that you face in the early days?
The first thing, like when we arrived in Jakarta, when I was in Pakistan, I thought I'm going to Muslim country, and before I was going to Vietnam, so I was thinking like I would eat sayur, like vegetables there, because they don't eat halal. So then I came to Indonesia, and when I tried in Jakarta the sayur vegetables, oh my god, I really, really didn't like it. I'm totally honest. So then we asked the hotel authorities to give us the ayam, like so it was kind of really, really good. I mean, in terms of food, it was quite shocking. Like nasi, we have nasi biryani, and here is nasi putih without bumbu. Bumbu atau bumbu?
Bumbu.
Yeah, bumbu.
Yeah, we eat it without any.
Yeah, like no salt, no bumbu. Yeah, it's really, it was difficult. But now we got adapted. Nasi geprek, nasi lalapan, nasi goreng.
Yeah, I'm sure that all international students have faced that kind of problem. I mean, the culture, adapting to a cultural differences. And I wonder, do you notice any similarities and also differences between Indonesian and Pakistani cultures? Because, you know, as both countries that stretches so far away, we both have a few commonalities. I'll say like we are a dominant, the majority of the population is Muslim, and we also suffer from colonialism as well. So do you notice these differences and significant similarities as well?
Of course, like there are lots of similarities and differences between Pakistan and Indonesia. I mean, like in terms of language, we see it's really different language, but still we got lots of words so common. And like I was at a place and I saw it was written like danda. So I searched what's that? It means fine, like
danda.
Yeah, danda. But in Pakistan, it means in Urdu language, it means like stick. Yeah, special stick. And yesterday I was like, my friend were talking and they were saying like tamasha. We have the exact word.
Really?
Yeah.
What tamasha means in
Pakistan? It means like show. Show. So, I mean, in terms of language, there are lots of similarities. Like people are helpful. They're hospitable. The Pakistani people are also hospitable and really helpful.
What cultures in Indonesia did you find most interesting?
The most interesting and the most different, I think I couldn't find. I haven't been to so many countries yet, but still, like I have watched so many videos and I have been there. Toraja culture, it's so different.
I agree.
I think it's not found in any other country in the world.
What do you find most interesting there?
Yeah, like their culture. When the person dies, they make celebration. They put the dead bodies in the caves and they preserve it this way. So it was kind of so different.
I see. So yeah, I hope you get a chance to visit a lot of other areas as well. I want to ask your academic environment experience in Unhas. You know, so how does the educational system differs from in Indonesia and in Pakistan?
I think it's quite different. It's really different in terms of from the school. We have like primary until 5. Then we have middle class, like not middle class in terms of earning, but in terms of education, we call it middle school. Maybe SD we call it. So from 5 until class 8, it's middle school.
I see.
And then high school, 9th and 10th is high school, and then senior high school, 11th and 12th. So in senior high school, you have to choose. You wanna go to medicine, or you wanna go to engineering, or you wanna go to computers. So you have 3 different fields. For example, if I have chosen pre-engineering in my SMR or in my senior high school, I cannot get admission into medical school. So for getting into medical school, I have to choose pre-medical. So
what about the social sciences?
The social sciences you can get with any.
Okay.
Like, so if you want to be like mechanical engineering, but you did pre-medical, you cannot go. You have to come back, spend 1 year.
Really?
Yeah. And then your route will be changed. And then in terms of university, like I would talk about medicine. It's kind of different. Like in here, we have 2 degrees, S1 and then QAS.
Yeah.
There, just one. Like 5 years, we have bachelor's.
It's a package.
Yeah, 5 years package and 1 year house job. So it's your course will be starting from second year, mixing with whatever you learn in university, you will go practice in the hospital. Like 3 days you will attend classes in university, 3 days in the hospital.
Okay. What about the way of teaching? Because in my experience, I feel like in Indonesia we kind of more put an emphasis on one-way teaching. The lecturers to the students. Did you feel the same way?
I think I felt it, but it's kind of, I think it's good because it helps you adopt in the same way. So if every teacher, every doctor teaches with a different method, it's really, really hard for one student. And in here, like in my faculty, we have like changing doctors. Like every lecture, we have different doctor, different lecturer. In there, it's mostly like one doctor comes and he would teach you a lot, like for example, for a very long period. So even though the methods of them are different, but you would adopt that way because long time you would get taught by those doctors.
What were some of the most significant challenges that you faced during your studies?
I would say language. Yeah, language. Indonesian language is not really hard, but when it comes to formal language, still I cannot read. Like if I would be talking to somebody, apa kabar, baji bajiji, yeah, bisa. I can get into informal talk also, but when it comes to formal, it's really, really hard for me to understand what's written.
But in the class, what languages did they use?
Like according to our agreement with the university, there must be all the course in English.
Okay.
So,
but in reality?
But in reality, we have like some of the doctors, very senior, they are graduated from Japan and like Poland or Netherlands. So their English is not really that level.
Okay.
So sometimes it's really hard for us to get, but some of us also are not good at English. So before we were getting total in English, some doctors are really, really good at English. And like specifically the one who studied in Australia. But now, because it's the requirement, like later in class, we have to work with the patients, we have to speak the local language. So we have to adopt, like they cannot write the international patients for us. So we have to like adopt to Indonesian. So our faculty changed the way of teaching. So if the slide PPT is in English, the doctor would teach us in Indonesian.
Really?
Yeah. If the slide is in Indonesian, the doctor would choose English to teach us. So it's like both mixed.
This must be hard, especially if you don't have any special course to take learning Indonesian.
Yeah, we kind of actually got from BIPA.
Oh, really?
BIPA, but not really long course, just like 2 weeks or something. Yeah, very short course.
Okay. So Unhas, I think you should fix that.
Yeah, in new students for LPDP, they got like 1 year course. So 1 year Indonesian language course. That's really good thing.
I see. I want to know about your social life. During your time here, how was your experience making friends? Was it easy? Was it hard? Or were there any barriers in trying to approach the local people?
like making friends in here, it's, I think, not really hard, because I already said, the people are so welcoming. Like they really want to talk to you, they want to know about you, they want to make friends with you. So not really hard to make friends, but the thing is, to keep a friendship, it's kind of different, because you guys are not living in the same place. We live in a different place with all the international students together, and like sometimes your hobbies, if the hobbies are same, of course it's really easy to make new friends. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Did you join any student organization or extracurricular in Unhas?
Yeah, I'm like, I joined some of the student organizations. Like in my faculty, I joined AMSA, Asian Medical Students Association, and then I like newly joined UKM Menemek,
Menembak.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
and also okay,
What?
yeah,
What?
Unhas Moon.
Unhas Moon community. Shout out to
But
Unhas Moon.
inshallah, I will be active.
We're in the same organization,
Yeah.
but he never showed up.
And some others too.
Some others too.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like I've joined JJS.
What's
JJS is like external.
Oh, okay.
Jalan-jalan Siru.
Jalan-jalan subuh.
Not Subuh, Siru.
Siru. Okay.
Yeah, Siru. So they go out to different places, because I like. So if I'm in Indonesia, I must learn about Indonesia, about their culture, about their places. So just that.
Okay. Be honest in this question. Would you recommend Indonesia to another international student
Indonesia
to study here?
to study. Of course.
Of course. Okay.
Of course, I would recommend. Like, I mean, in terms of if you get like right knowledge at the right time, like you have Indonesian language course, and you are good and active student in the class, like you have something that you want to learn this language and you want to be active in the class, Indonesia is best for learning, and it's really good for the local students also. They get international experience, and I think Indonesian government must promote it. Foreign students coming here in Indonesia, and Indonesian students going abroad. I have seen in my country like more than 30 students were studying in my university, like Indonesian students.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and in the capital city there are some from Makassar too.
Oh,
Some students from Makassar as well.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I think we should improve sending students out there. And Tashfeen, what is the most valuable lessons that you've learned during your time in Indonesia?
I think patience.
Patience.
Yeah.
Why?
Patience, because I think Indonesia is kind of, I would be honest.
Please be completely honest.
Like everything goes slow in here. If you want to say something, like if you want to do something, like the pace would be really slow. So if you would behave like the foreigner, they said it would be done in 2 days, but now it has been 1 week. You cannot survive. So you have to be patient and adopt with the culture. Just like if they promise 2 days, that means 1 week.
There's no such thing as on time.
Yeah.
There, you know. Okay. What advice would you give to other students that might be considering studying in Indonesia, especially in Unhas?
Especially in Unhas, yeah, like learn well. In Indonesia Timur, Unhas is the best university, and it's doing great. Like in the previous years, I have seen like so many new things Unhas is trying to do, and I think it would attract so many international students. And I think that somebody who wants to study in Unhas, he should be prepared for all the things he might get, like from the best to the worst. So it's like that.
Okay, that will wrap up our interview for today, my brother Tashfeen. Thank you so much. We learned a lot about the life of international students through this conversation. I hope that a lot of the audience that's out there will take notes and learn from you if they're considering to come to Unhas, and they will find this interview useful. Jadi teman-teman, Sobat Iden, itulah tadi wawancara kita dengan Tashfeen Amir, mahasiswa kedokteran Universitas Hasanuddin yang berasal dari Pakistan. Sampai jumpa di sesi dialog selanjutnya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you so much.